Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for this fireside chat on AI in operations, balancing global innovation with GCC localization. There will be an opportunity for audience questions towards the end of this session, so please keep thinking whilst we're talking. The past year has seen AI become the central topic across most business sectors. And for investors in the Gulf, implementation of AI in operations is already well underway. In this panel, we'll be discussing how AI is being integrated into back office operations and how Middle Eastern investors are adapting to technological innovation. With me to discuss the shift in detail, I am delighted to be joined by Dr. Amany Eissa, Vice President of Artificial Intelligence at Keheilan Asset Management, and Mayan Razuki, Chairman of Razuki Holdings. Welcome.
Thank you.
Perhaps we can start with a brief introduction to your roles and organizations.
Um, Hello, everyone. Very happy, delighted to be joining this STEAM panel. My name is Dr. Amany Eissa. I'm the Vice President of AI at Keheilan Asset Management. At Keheilan Asset Management, we are a multi-family office asset manager working in two asset classes, venture capital, which we invest in AI. We have a deep tech fund, and we also invest in growth stage secondary stage fund and fintech venture builder. On the other hand, we manage liquid equities. We have 13 index funds. They are passive funds, and we have an AI actively managed fund. We use AI in operations. We have developed in-house analysts, AI, that does most of the back office operations, well trained. And that's a very short brief. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Nadia, for the kind introduction. My name is Ma'an Rzougi. I carry many hats in my life, although I thought at 50 I should retire, but unfortunately it's not happening. But the joke aside is that after 25 years of corporate life in the energy sector, I realized that there is an opportunity for a structured family office to move from the historical retail real estate into techs. And this is where the establishment of Rzugi Holding came, is to be a family office focused on tech in the energy sector, heavily weighted. But now we are definitely being shifted into aspects of entertainment, F&B. So whatever money is made, we became open to change. Happy to share a bit more on the concepts and some of the thoughts around AI into our portfolio also.
Thank you. So I'd like us to start a little bit about where we are today in terms of back office operations and the implementation of AI. Dr. Amani, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about your experience so far with this.
We actually the original this group CEO, Dr. Ahmed Abdelhamid, which wasn't able to be here today. His background is tech. He's a nanotechnology professor, and he moved to investment 10 years ago, first as an angel investor and then as an asset manager. And we do believe in technology. We are originally scientists, and I think technology is now taking very big role in automation of processes and optimization of processes, aside from its prediction known role. So we think that the operations of asset management has a lot of data to process and data to crawl and scrap, and writing one very good investment memo, for example, takes a lot of resource collections and interviews, and we have a lot of documents, we have a lot of data, and AI plays a great role in digesting all this. We were talking backstage that we sometimes the models are not acting sane, and they are doing like some hallucinations, and this is in our opinion because they are not trained with proper good data, and they are not trained by expert humans in a way that makes them, domain specific experts. So we starting from this point, we developed our in-house AI analysts. It does a lot of portfolio management functions. We do manage multi assets, and we have to take care of a lot of companies that we invest in and funds that we oversee, the passive funds, the AI active funds. It's a lot of AI in this one exactly. We are able to have this AI managed fund, totally managed by AI, in terms of fundamental analysis, technical analysis, sentiment analysis, and did great results during the past 3 quarters. We started it 1 year ago, and we are able now to even build sectorial funds based on this AI because it's very, very well developed and well trained. So having said that, I think there's a lot more room of more functions that can be developed through AI, and we think we are capable of doing that very well in the coming time as well, building on what we've already achieved.
Okay.
If you allow me, maybe Nadia,
Yeah.
just to touch, because there is a lot of misleading understanding of what is AI. Is it the new thing? Everybody is excited about it, and you can not go through a day where you don't hear AI probably 100 times, you know, and you hear it from news and everything. But when you look at AI, AI is data. And if we go back to the drive of data analytics and capturing data, which is consensusly putting information together for better decision making. Now the tool has advanced because of the GPU power that came through, and I think the big breakthrough came when NVIDIA came with the GPU and enabled that transformation to be more digitized. So AI is just an advanced stage of data analytics, and it is here to stay. It is here to grow, and we should not fear the change. We should actually ride the wave, capitalize on how you can actually generate income or contribute to the development of AI. Because when you look at AI today, there is some statistics that the IQ of AI is 140. What percent of humans today at a 140 IQ? I think there is less than 1% of the human population of this. I think the average human touches between 80 to 100. I'm definitely not even close to the triple digits. But the fact is, AI is becoming smart, how to capitalize on this and how to bring it into opportunities of uh, technological growth that will help the humans. And I think this is the focus that we're putting into the product development or the product contribution or the product selection when it comes to the investment of these portfolios. I can give you just a quick example. We use AI for concierge service. So we have a platform where we actually capitalize on AI to actually build your concierge services. Instead of you going down the hotel and walking in through the hotel, you saw three people who are sitting at concierge. I think at this stage, you really don't need uh, to have that because you can actually build your vacation or trip or reservation or whatever it is on AI today.
Wow. There's certainly a lot of sort of opportunity in terms of products, in terms of back office development, especially on the investment side. Um, I'm very interested in how specifically in the GCC we're able to bring this into operation. So, in terms of Arabic language or Sharia compliance investments, what are we seeing at the moment, Mayan? Is there a lot of offer, or are we still at a developmental stage for this?
No, you're not seeing specific you know, product that's fit for GCC. I think the products from GCC are becoming a lot more visible, and a lot of them are AI driven. Because, for example, the UAE is the hub of AI in the world. It's the only country that has an AI minister. So the seriousness about the UAE being in that domain is there. So if you have if you have a specific fund that you want to structure for AI with potentially investment opportunities through some of these SMEs or startups, they exist. All you have to do is just you know put an ad or ask me, and I will send you few of them. We receive a lot of AI startups, that, as I said, they go from a concierge service to some of them that look at, pipe failures, fire hydrant pipe failures, etc. The domains is unlimited, So the beauty of it is the growth in these you know institutes is in the double digits, and the failure, at least in our portfolio, the failure or the bankruptcy of them is limited, and you're being picked up by financial institutions here,
Dr. Amani, I was going to say, in terms of the investment firm side of things, what are you seeing in terms of Sharia compliance and how AI is sort of boosting this?
Actually, I just want to touch base on Mazen's words, and I think I do believe as an AI original profession, I think that yes, localization is very important when it comes to large language models, which is mistakenly called AI these days. AI has been there since 70s of the last century. But again, yes, I agree that it's boosting now with the GPUs and the high processing capacities that we find in technology. However, yes, we do need localization of our challenges and our needs in the area. We adopt uh, we do need the Arabization of the large language models because they cannot work as efficient as they do with the English language, the originating development language. We do believe that those companies are filling a very, very huge gap needed in the region. We invest as Keheilan. We invested in a company, the first Arabic LLM natively developed model, which is called Whitebot. This company is doing business for governments in Saudi Arabia, and they are having also business in UAE and in Bahrain and in Oman. And they are doing with sovereign, because the data sovereignty here is a crucial part of the thing, because you need to put your data for the LLM to process, and it's a very sensitive data of the governments, of the banking sectors, of the healthcare. So we need locally developed and locally hosted models. So this is one thing. And the Sharia compliance, it's something that you will never find in ready-made European or American models developed in a non-Islamic states. So these two parts, the language and the Sharia compliance in the financial sector, it's an investment sector. It's very important to boost all those companies that are working in those two challenges specifically.
Thank you. I think we've talked a little bit about where we are as of today, but looking ahead, the future, what can we expect in terms of AI in operations? What areas are most primed for transformation from AI for investment firms?
For this, I believe that whenever there's a lot of data, there is room for improvement, and there's room for AI to take effect in and boost the operations. So whenever decision making is needed, it needs to be informed based on a good processing of those vast amounts of data. Though this is where AI kicks in very proficiently. So I think, as I mentioned, that we are using AI instead of an army of analysts to take care of uh, we ask the AI to scrap the internet and the pitch book and whatever reliable sources for data that we cannot effectively sit and grasp on ourselves. We give it access to data rooms, and then we have to have it on-prem. We don't allow the leakage of this data on the web. So this is why we developed the models in-house, and we are using it on our servers. And we get amazing results. We get amazing results. We are fascinated by the amount of magic that AI is doing to improve our internal operation and make the hassle less for people to produce this work.
Mayan, what are you seeing in terms of family offices? What do you think will be the future areas where family offices can really benefit from this revolution?
First of all, I think the family offices need to have a bit of risk appetite. And the historical risk appetite of family offices was limited because the thinking of family offices is around dividends and not around growth. And when you enter into the tech space, the dividends almost gets eliminated because you are more on the growth. So I'm not saying not to have dividends, but have a mix and take risk on some of these tech opportunities. We are looking at a sector that I think is also very important for the sustainability of human beings, which is the healthcare. And we believe that AI will definitely play a role, and we are looking at a different portfolio that will supplement how AI will actually help reduce, some of these cancer mortality between humans. And it's amazing that, if you cannot, eliminate the fact that, some humans and some of us will unfortunately or could get diagnosed with cancer, but also now how can AI do early prediction? Because now the focus on prediction and detection. So if you can take that and focus on that specific, then your success of eventually allowing the medical system to beat that disease is there. So we are definitely heavily weighted on this. The other part is education. It is not acceptable to a lot of students today who are in their teens that university it's still 4 years. It's just absolutely not sense. It doesn't make sense to them. Why do I have to go to college for 4 years? I can learn everything today through TikTok and YouTube, so there are also going to be opportunities for AI to help enable them to be better than us, in their future career, but also eliminate, the strict of 4 years for you to get a bachelor degree. And there is a program that we are actually heavily invested in, is to bring that at least into half of what it is today. Now, some of the education institutes don't like it because now they're going to lose on the terms and everything like this. But the fact of technology enablement to the future youth, we should, we see today CEOs who are in the 20s, You actually, he is a true CEO managing a startup or a fintech, and his age is 20, 25 and or 26. So why do you have to allow them or not allow them to actually start earlier with the same quality of education?
So I think we've had a pretty good overview of a lot of the positives and a lot of what we can gain from integrating AI into operations. Um, Moderator earlier used the term pebbles in the shoe, and I think this is quite appropriate. I think AI integration will not be without bumps in the road. So, what bumps are the foreseeable issues that we could perhaps have in the future, or certainly in the immediate future?
People think AI will take jobs from humans, and you have to look at it the glass half full, not half empty. Because yes, I think last year's statistics, AI eliminated around 75 million jobs worldwide. But on the other side, it created 94 million new jobs. So if you're not adaptable to change and you are resistant to change, unfortunately, you're going to be a part of the 74 million, and you will struggle. So let's ride the wave. Let's accept it, and let's not think of AI as an enemy. Let's look at it as an enabler for better sustainability.
I agree. I'll give you an example that happened. We are managing like 13 index funds. With index funds, you need reporting. And we've used to, in the very beginning, we've used to use, of course, humans to do the reporting and statistics and everything. And then after we developed this amazing tool, we were able to convince whatever LPs we have that they are able to do their own reporting on their own. And that created more room for our analysts to do better jobs. So, whatever was taught in the beginning of the computing area that computers are going to replace humans and now AI are replacing humans. However, as an expert, I would say that the big challenge in AI models and data analytics models is data. The challenge is the data. So we have to take care in our businesses if we want truly to rely on AI models in aiding decision making, not taking decisions, because this is a very crucial point that we don't depend. We were just chatting about the assignment of the pricing versus recommending the prices, the pricing models for decision makers. So I'm pro having supervised AI models helping in decision making, not taking over in decision making yet. However, for these models to be efficient enough, they need to be trained and developed based on training data that are well taken care of. AI models, as for all computer algorithms, are garbage in, garbage out. So we need to take care of the data itself. We need to take care that they are well cleaned, well prepared, and collected for the AI models to train on and become better in efficiency.
Thank you. I think we can open the floor to questions. I hope we have some. Uh, yes. If you can just let us know if there's a specific panelist that you want to ask the question to, or just generally.
It's a general question, and it's focused specifically around the point you made on data sovereignty being very important here in the region. As we see the move for AI infrastructure becoming less geographically situated, specifically talking about the notion that people are looking to move infrastructure into space and to the moon, how do you see the impact of the data sovereignty challenges being addressed, specifically here in the region where other regions don't see certain data attributes as linked to those requirements? And do you see that as a potential blocker for innovation, or do you see that as a potential selling point for increasing the productization here in the GCC?
For sure, data sovereignty is a big concern for all governments and government institutions. And then, first of all, when the AI hype began, they all depended on cloud, using the cloud, hosting the data on the cloud, and deploying the models on the cloud. But now, for sensitive data like government data or healthcare data or those kinds of data, it's no longer valid to like host the Saudi data in some server in the States. So actually it increased the need, whatever these infrastructure are deployed on the moon, but who is the owner? So it created a lot of challenges along with opportunities for more jobs or roles to be created in terms of data encryption, data anonymization for training models, data protection and security. So a lot of effort needs to be done in this regard, and for the democratization of and access to GPUs, because it's not a secret that selling GPUs to specific nations were like limited and with controlled by certain entities. So I think that more investment in infrastructure democratization needs to be done. More care to data sovereignty protection in terms of data security and infrastructure ownership needs to be invested in a lot.
Yeah. And you know, it's going to be a business. I think, and you know, last week I was in an interesting discussion where Saudi Arabia bought all the turbines in the pipeline of GE, Siemens, etc., up to the year 2027. You cannot go and buy a turbine today, a power turbine, from any of these major manufacturers. Why? Because they want to actually host a lot of the data in country. Obviously, they have a lot of space. The cost of electricity is very cheap, you know, and obviously there is a lot of free gas associated to their production that will be available to that. And it's going to be a new source of income for Saudi Arabia to sell data hosting or data mining to anybody in the kingdom, you know. So who would have thought that would be something Saudi Arabia would even consider as a part of its development plan a few years ago, you know? So so the fact of it, even governments host, you know, going back to your hosting, they're not looking at it as a control environment, because I think whoever wants to control data by hosting it will always fail, because there is always going to be an opportunity for somebody to go through this data regardless of where you are. The connectivity is massive, but now look at it as an opportunity for you actually to monetize it and create a product of income, you know.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap up. I would like to thank my very esteemed guests for their insight today. It was absolutely fascinating. And thank you all for joining us.